is Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Month. It is an event that affects more families than you think.
Yeah, so this month recognizes the hardships women and their loved ones go through after a loss and the importance of creating sacred spaces for them to heal and find support. So joining us now to tell us about one critical resource for grieving women and why it can help them break the silence is Nika Denise, an end-of-life doula and practitioner at the New Wellness Center. We also have Ashley Rose Salviti, a postpartum and grief doula. Appreciate you both being here.
Thank you so much for having us.
It's an important conversation, and I think a big piece of that is that this is more common than people realize. How common is pregnancy loss, and why often when this happens do women kind of keep this to themselves? They keep this close to the vest often.
Yeah.
It happens more often than we think. What's the stat again?
1 in 4 pregnancies ends in loss, and 1 in 175 babies are born still.
Wow. So if something is this common, how come it feels like it's taboo to talk about?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I know. It's really hard to talk about. It's not something somebody wants to bring up at the dinner table. It's really close to the heart. So I think a lot of people suffer in silence, and we're here to break the silence and know that and make people feel like they're not alone in this. Yeah.
Knowing that there are resources out there and of course other families that are dealing with this is so important. So what are you guys doing to make that message clear to people who are suffering with this sort of loss?
We're talking about it. We're here with you all, right? We also hold different grief circles at the New Wellness Center. I do a first Wednesday Restore Our Heart Sacred Grief Circle at the New Wellness Center, 10th and Morrison, 6 p.m. right after work on a Wednesday, the first Wednesday. But also just holding space and allowing folks to talk about it, to sit with it, allowing grief to show up however it may, because it comes in an array of emotions.
Absolutely. You're both doulas, and I want to talk about what that is and maybe what role you both can play during the grief process here. So for those that, if you want to just catch them up on what a doula does and what specifically you two do to help with this journey in recovering in grief.
Sure. There's many different types of doulas. I'm a birth doula and a postpartum doula and a pregnancy and infant loss coach. And I specialize in supporting the parenting journey after loss. So once a family has a loss, I can be there from during that experience all the way through postpartum. That's what I do as a doula. Do you want to talk about?
So I'm an end-of-life doula and a bereavement doula. So I hold space while people are transitioning, but also for the families for the life after loss and deal with all the grief and the emotions afterward.
How important is the space you hold to work with these families to grieve? And do you recommend your services if somebody is dealing with that, just as somebody to talk to during that time?
Yeah.
Most definitely.
People need an outlet. Like, no one's talking about it, right? And so we build a really safe space for people to open up and share. And what we know is that maternal mental health in this country is kind of a crisis in this time period. It's even more important to support those that are grieving. And I offer individual sessions as well as grief circles, and knowing that they have a place to reach out to at any time. Yeah.
Ashley Rose, you made a good point earlier that might have not been caught, but you were talking about parenting after loss. Having lost a child or a baby doesn't mean you are not a parent. You are still a parent to that lost life. So what is the most important message that you have for families who are a little cagey about getting this process of healing started?
What's the most important? I don't know. Well, just I want to recognize I am a lost parent, and after you experience something like that, I felt like I wore this tainted lens and everything looked different and nobody could understand me. And there are resources like the two of us have that bring sensitivity to this subject, so that you can be in a space with others that really do understand, not exactly what your experience was, but that it's sensitive, and that we're here to help those that are walking through that.
Yeah. Well, before we let you go, if somebody's watching at home and realizes, hey, they want to speak to somebody, what are those resources out in the community that they can use?
Yeah.
Well, you can reach out to the New Wellness Center. We are a holistic wellness spa, and we focus on the full spectrum of life. Grief circles, doula associations like Ashley's, and just if you're in crises, always call. You're not alone.
Yeah, good advice.
My website is doulasynergy.com, and we also offer pregnancy loss grief circles specific to the birthing parent at this time on the third Thursday of the month. And yeah, reach out. I would love to just hear someone's story and listen.
Yeah. I mean, if you're a parent in the situation, I mean, you're not alone. That is the biggest message to take away. I mean, that is the reason it needs to be talked about.
Yeah.
You are far from alone, in fact. So appreciate you both being here. Great to talk about this.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, thanks for being here. And again, to learn more about the New Wellness Center over in downtown Portland, go to GraciellaTealfield.com.
7:40 right now.